Follow up on a story that we did, I think, over the weekend, about a week ago. We touched on the Jonathan Majors. He's a star in Creed 3. Oh yeah, and also the central villain of stage 5 and 6 and whatever the hell else is remaining of the MCU. Whatever they're doing after the retooling and firing and restaffing and rewriting, whatever they're doing over there. He's Kang. He's supposed to be the central figure of that abomination that is still left over there. But at least he has one success under his belt when it comes to Creed 3, and that also takes another big W. Listen, I've never seen any of this guy's work. I don't really care about modern film or anything like that, but what I do care about are false charges on a man's name, and then just the overall injustice of mandatory arrest laws. I don't like to see that, regardless if it's somebody that I politically appreciate, anybody that I don't know from a hole in the wall. False charges can happen to anybody. And when we finally see some corroborating evidence, I want to see legal retaliation, especially if it's so obvious like this. That's my call going forward, because this stuff is going to continue if there are zero barriers, if there's no lingering repercussions for a woman to lie on a man's name if she feels a certain way. The Tates are spending how many months in jail off the back of easily disprovable accusations? Two other girls, Georgiana and Luana, also being stuffed in prison cells, hoping that they flip on the Tates. 'Cause that's what the Romanian authorities are trying to do, but I digress. Another topic for another time. Hopefully we have an update on that very, very shortly. But as of right now, we have one for Jonathan Majors, whose girlfriend takes blame for the fight that led to the assault charges. Texts show. Interesting. Very interesting. Creed 3 actor Jonathan Majors' girlfriend, who called cops after he allegedly hit and choked her, has repeatedly admitted she's to blame and doesn't want to press charges against the Marvel star. Oh. Attorney Priya Chaudhary, who previously said she had evidence proving Major's innocence, shared text the unidentified girlfriend sent to Major after his Saturday arrest. Interesting. So she called the cops hoping that... What exactly? Please let me know you're okay when you get this, she wrote in the text after he was subject to New York's mandatory arrest laws. We went over this stuff last week. I guess it would have been last Sunday when we talked about this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol. Yes, mandatory arrest, and how absolutely stupid that is. You're not allowed to use common sense if you're a responding officer. Somebody has to get snatched up, and 9 out of 9, and the one for fun, men are always the one who get thrown into the back of the squad car. Unless there's irrefutable evidence that the female was the aggressor. If there's like blood under the fingernails, she's in pristine condition outside of some bruised up knuckles. Like, it's impossible for a woman to get charged with domestic violence. Listen, you have to be Johnny Depp with a bajillion-dollar defense team in order to potentially hold somebody accountable. And that wasn't even at a criminal level. She cut off the dude's fingertip, beat him about the head, and then lied on the man's name, ruined his career for the better part of a decade, cost him millions of dollars, and he had to do all of that extra shit just to clear his name. And here you have an overzealous girlfriend feeling bad about a situation. Oh, I hope that doesn't end up costing you anything, dear. Disgusting. I'm so angry that they did that, and I'm sorry you're in this position. You made the phone call. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them that it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. She also texted, I love you. And after more than 3 hours passed without a response from Majors, who was in custody, he assures him that she told the police the fight between them was not an attack. Yeah, interesting. And girlfriend added that she would do everything in her power to help Majors avoid any charges or problems in court. Good. Fantastic. Did we leave out anything? Okay, good. Oh, did you leave the keys? There's no note. Just you knowing what happened. Yeah, to reiterate, this is not an attack, and they do not have my blessing on any charges being placed. I read the paper. Oh, right. Yeah, this was the day after. They gave me about strangulation, and I said point blank, this did not occur and should be removed immediately. The judge is definitely going to do this. She ensured this to me. I know you have the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I just want you to know that I'm doing all I can on my end. So yeah, please don't throw me out because you're my meal ticket going forward. And yeah, just she also realizes that he is the answer to her hypergamous question. He's the best that she can ever do. And this just goes to show you that when you're that dude, even when things go squirrely, you will be in demand, and that women are slaves to their emotions. Yeah, I know you have the best. We already went through that. Chaudhary has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing by her client, saying the legal team expects all charges to be dropped soon. In a statement about Major's arrest, the lawyer said she was presenting evidence to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to exonerate her client. They're a little bit busy with the whole Trump situation, so I'll get to you in a timely fashion. Well, actually, he's a black guy, so... Ooh, but he is a straight black guy, so might get a quarter better speed? Maybe, potentially. This evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where the episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and the others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting these allegations. Majors was arrested at the Chelsea apartment near West 22nd Street and 8th Avenue after officers responded to a 911 call. Yeah. The Emmy-nominated actor got into an argument with his girlfriend during a taxi ride home from the Brooklyn bar where she allegedly confronted him when she found another woman. Hey, shout out! Sources told TMZ Majors was arraigned in a Manhattan criminal court on 6 counts of third-degree assault, 3 counts of third-degree attempted assault, and 2 counts of harassment. How do you even get that many? Holy. But yo, just like the Johnny Depp situation, okay? Even when there are provably false claims, you immediately have an unfixable blemish on your career. Because I didn't know who Jonathan Majors was before this. Chances are most people who've heard of this situation had no clue. Oh, he was in that Not Rocky movie. Cool. Creed 3, huh? Cool, tell me more. Or even people that seen him play Kang in one of those atrocious Marvel's gimmicks, like the third... Yo, what's this guy's deal with being in the third of a different series? But then also the Loki series as well. Probably forgot he was in those to begin with. Yo, he gets an army recruiting ad spot for the army of all places. And then he loses that deal because of some fake charges. Yeah, man. I despise this stuff when it comes up, man. The Army pulled the plug on the new ad campaign featuring Jonathan Majors after the Creed 3 actor was arrested for domestic assault after an attack on his girlfriend. Since been recanted, but oh, that's fine. The Lovecraft County Star, it sounds like it's misapplied. It's featured as the narrator and main character in 2 commercials released by the Army at the start of the NCAA March Madness tournament. Remember, okay, side note for a second. Remember when they pulled the term March Madness because it was insensitive to people with mental health problems? The little W's that are out there. But again, marketing, on March basketball tournament, it doesn't quite roll off the tongue the same way that March Madness does. Anyways, the Army's Enterprise Marketing Office, which led the new media campaign, said in a statement Sunday that the military branch was aware of Major's arrest and was deeply concerned by the allegations. You know what kind of crazy stuff Army officers get up to when they're on leave? I'm just saying, man, if you think a easily disprovable DV case is something worthy of taking the high road on, I don't know. Statement went on to say that while the actor is innocent until proven guilty, we're just gonna go ahead and render him guilty, and if it gets proven innocent, well, we'll reevaluate our relationship at a later date. Prudence dictates that we pull our ads until the investigation into these allegations is complete. He will always be associated with domestic violence going forward. That's just what happens, man. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Majors was arrested in Manhattan on Saturday on charges of strangulation, assault, harassment after a 30-year-old woman, and again, dealing with a 30-year-old, what's wrong with you? As his girlfriend accused him of choking her during a domestic incident inside a car. See, it's all on her. Why are they recruiting using Revolutionary War ads? Like, that's weird, but okay. The actor's criminal defense lawyer said Sunday Majors is completely innocent and provably the real victim in the situation. Outside of maybe being a victim of the system, we haven't really seen that, but I guess that kind of relies heavily on the video footage that we haven't seen yet, but if it comes out, I'll take a look at it and see if it's worthy of an update on. Chaudhary added that the 33-year-old Marvel star's girlfriend has was having an emotional crisis, thinking that she was going to get supplanted as the main chick. But then he's like, ladies, you can both be main chicks. And then they all lived happily ever after. If he had better frame. For which she was hospitalized. Yeah, of course. You know, I'm normally not a fan of double-breasted suits, and that opinion hasn't changed at all. Terrible. The now shelved Army ad starring Major, titled Overcoming Obstacles and Pushing Tomorrow and Choking Out the Competition, were part of a plan to revive the Army's iconic Be All You Can Be motto. Oh, shout out, because be whatever you want to be just wasn't really hitting that hard. They highlighted the history of the Army and some of the professions that recruits can pursue. Cool. The 2-minute preview released before the official media campaign rollout in early March showed soldiers jumping out of airplanes, working on helicopters, climbing obstacle courses, and diving underwater. Voiceover proclaimed, "We bring out the best in people who serve because America calls for nothing less." The Army in 2022 fell 25% short of the goal of sign-ups of 60,000 new troops, marking the worst recruiting year in recent history. And then, yeah, well, God, do we dare pull up old Army recruiting ads? You know what? Shout out. We got the time. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was so much fun back in the day to talk about this. I don't think I did a video on it as well because it just was kind of a joke in and of itself. But since we got the time and for completion's sake, this is why they brought in a strong, capable black guy to say, hey, you guys can, be really cool inside the Army. Instead of saying, hi, you can grow up and have 2 gay moms and that you can be all you can be if that's what you think in the Army. And you'll wonder why. And you'll wonder why enlistment was down by like 21%. But here, I'll turn this on. I don't actually know if that's copyrighted or not, but I'll let it play for over top of me for a second. But as you can see, oh my God, it's just so wonderful. Okay, so we got the culling right now. Let's see. Do we got the culling afterwards?
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems.
Fantastic. Even though they're now in control of the Taliban, but that's neither here nor there. Bang, boom.
It begins in California.
All right.
With a little girl raised by 2 moms.
Oh my God. Well, it kind of looks like a dad and a mom, so I guess he kind of got some sort of appropriate influence. Emma, go out to sea. The sea's calling your name.
Although I had a fairly typical childhood.
Where you're... Oh, okay, cool.
Took ballet.
I thought that was at a theater and that she was just pirating some films. It's like, oh yeah, it all checks out.
Played violin. I also marched for equality.
Oh my God, this is about enlisting into the Army, by the way. You wonder why everything was down.
I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age.
By what? You're supposed to be defending the United States of America against threats both foreign and domestic. And there you are clogging up railways. Or not railways, sorry, but pathways. Hopefully they didn't let you drive the tank.
When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed.
Well, that's alright. You still have one good mom.
Doctor said she might never walk again.
Oh no, but she can roll.
She tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet.
Fantastic.
Eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom.
What does this have to do with the Army?
With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class.
That's fantastic.
And then attended UC Davis, where I joined a sorority full of other strong women.
Studied gender studies. What did you do? Lesbian dance theory? Whatever it did, it got you into the military eventually? Or are we going to get to that part?
But as graduation approached, I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life. A sorority girl stereotype. Sure, I'd
fucking a lot of dudes.
Spent my life around inspiring women.
Oh, I'm sorry, rubbing a bunch of clams together. I'm sorry, more appropriate. You are what you learn.
But what had I really achieved?
I don't fuck dudes.
On my own. One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy.
Fantastic.
Another was climbing Mount Everest.
What does this have to do about the Army?
I needed my own adventures.
That's wonderful.
My own challenge.
Cool.
And after meeting with an Army recruiter...
The joke's on her. She didn't cut down to this animation show that you were 2 inches off the ground.
I found it. A way to prove my inner strength. And maybe
Fantastic.
shatter some stereotypes along the way.
Like what?
I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
That's wonderful. As you can see, there's a big push away from all of this woke marketing. Because let's be completely honest, okay? How the indoctrinated offspring of two dykes came together and didn't end up amounting to anything, so now we have to bring in the big guns. Two of them, in fact. But because he got snatched up by the Snatch, we're just going to have to put that on the back burner for a second. So hopefully justice gets done in this situation, and then also for the Tates as well, because two peas in a pod. But this guy's more black than the Tates, so chances are his name will probably get freed first. But we'll have to see how that goes. And with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.